Good morning, everybody. MG here, MG Covers, bringing you a brand new handicapping video, the value of playing Moneyline Dogs in spread sports, uncovering the sports betting secret. It's not really true, I guess, but I just thought that was a catchy title, and it's one thing I think a lot of people overlook in wagering. So with that being said, let's get started. All right, first off, the advantage of playing Moneyline Dogs in spread sports. Let's talk about a few things quickly. Spread sports means football, where the line's minus 6.5, -3. Another example of a spread sport would be NBA basketball or college basketball. Those are traditionally spread sports, and of course, moneyline sports are traditionally baseball, where the line's plus 155, or hockey, where you'll see lines, minus 165 for a favorite, and, again, like for a dog, plus 145. So what we're going to talk about is the advantage of playing those money line dog lines, but in spread sports. So in a spread line, let's say NFL, Dallas is minus 3.5. That means the juice or the vig is minus 110. So if you're playing Dallas on a spread line, you're going to have to play, you have to pay what we call juice, minus 110. And if you win that amount, so to win 100, you have to risk 110. If you play Moneyline Dogs, say like Jacksonville is plus 135, you pay no juice, which means you risk 100 with the potential to win 135. So the first advantage is you don't pay any juice on a when you're wagering a moneyline dog. Now, something else a lot of people don't realize: to break even in a spread line, you have to win 52.4% of your games. However, if you play moneyline dogs, you can still profit hitting even less than 50% of your plays, and I'm going to give you guys a few examples. And the third advantage is the upside potential. Most you can win on a spread line is 1 unit. On a money line wager, you have greater upside potential, meaning if you're betting plus 133 dog, you have the potential to win 133 if you're wagering $100, and even plus 165 if you're playing a heavy dog, say plus 165, you can risk 100 and with the potential to win 165. Now, if you go back up to this Dallas example here, the most you can win on that spread line is $100. That's it, if you're wagering 110. So huge upside in playing moneyline dogs and spread sports. So let's look at a few examples here. I'm just going to make up this guy Bobby. Everybody always uses the name Bobby, for example. So let's say Bobby plays 2 NFL spread lines and he goes 1-1. So he's 50% win percentage. So he actually won 100. He doesn't win 110. He won 100 even though he risked 110, and he lost his other game. So he lost 110. So he's actually down $10. 1-1. He won 100. He lost 110, so he's down $10. Now, if you look over here to the left, this is my betting log for NFL, and I do this for all my sports. Let's look at 8/22. This was actually a preseason game here. All right, you see Giants plus 133 and Falcons plus 140. So instead of playing those two teams on the spread line, I played them on the money line. Now, Giants won and the Falcons lost. So if we break this down, I went 1-1, the same record Bobby had on his spread line. That still makes me laugh when I say Bobby. So I won 133 with the Giants, and I lost 100 on the Falcons. And remember, because it's a money line, we don't pay any juice for that. So the actual profit based on a $100 wager, $100 unit, is $33. That is a significant amount compared to the top example. So you're looking at about a $43 difference there. Huge, huge, huge difference that will add up over a long period of time. And I know what you're saying, but favorites win more than dogs. That is correct. More times than not in sports, but they don't win as often as you would think. And I'm going to show you this example here. This is a chart. This shows the percentage and records of teams that have won outright in the NFL year-to-date 2019. And depending on when you're watching this video, this is like October 2nd, so this is after about 30 days of data. So if you look right here where it says dogs are 26-36-1. That is outright, meaning underdogs win outright in NFL 41% of the time. And favorites, just above that, if you can still see it there, only win at 58% of the time. So another way to think of it, you have 15 games in an NFL week times 40%. That means on average, you're looking at 6 dogs in an NFL weekend are going to win outright. So if you're not attempting to play some dogs during the NFL season, you are missing out on the advantages of playing Moneyline Dogs and spread sports. I'm going to show you another example. Let's look at a college football example, and this is interesting here as well. Let's say Bobby bets. This is his card for Saturday, and these are actual games from this past weekend. So say he plays Maryland at plus 6.5 minus 110, and that game was a loss. He plays Baylor plus 2.5 minus 110, and that was a winner. Then he also plays Oklahoma State minus 4 at minus 110, and that was a win as well. So when you add all this up, he finishes 2-1, okay? So he wins 200, right? Because he's wagering 110 to win 100, and he actually lost 110 on that Maryland game. So the actual net income that he makes based on a $100 unit size is $90. Okay, still a good weekend, all right? Now, the reason I use those 3 teams is because those were the actual 3 teams that I played this past weekend. If you look over here to the left, Maryland, instead of playing them at plus 6.5, I played Maryland. My handicap said they would win outright. Obviously, they got blown out by Penn State. But two things, if you go back to what I mentioned earlier, I had the potential to make 2.1 units on a 1-unit wager, and I played no juice on that Maryland loss, whereas Bobby ended up paying juice on the plus 6.5 line. Baylor, I played on the money line. So one thing to teach you guys here real quick is if you see a line, say, especially a real small line like underdogs like plus 2.5, plus 3.5, even in college football, it is advantageous to play that team on the money line. And I talked about this in the NFL video. If you go look at another video I've done called NFL Handicapping Part 1, I break that down and as to why you would want to bet, a plus 2.5 line on the money line, plus 2.5 spread. And of course, I went to Oklahoma State game minus 4, minus 110. So if you look at my numbers, so my $100 clients ended up 2-1, and if you break down the money, we won 130 on the Baylor game, 100 on the Oklahoma State game, and then the Maryland game, because we didn't pay any juice, we only lose 100. So if you add that up, that is 130. Again, a $40 difference between those two. So there are a lot of advantages to playing Moneyline Dogs. Now, you don't want to exclusively play Moneyline Dogs in a spread sport, but where you see opportunity to play, you should. And if you look up here just above week 5, if you look into week 4, the mistake I made from that week, Auburn, I played Auburn at plus 4. They won. SMU at plus 9.5. They won. Both of those teams won on the money line. So, again, that was a huge mistake on my part. Again, just being real cautious, but it does prove that, even Moneyline Dogs in college football win as well. All right. If you're interested in becoming a subscriber, we got 3 different options. You can be part of our coaching program, $100 a month. If you want all my plays for all sports, $49.95 a month. You get my power rankings for free. And if you just want a power rankings $19.95 a month, and you also get a 3-day free trial just to check it out. My power rankings is a little bit different than what you see ESPN power rankings or power rankings you see online. These are actual power rankings I use to create my lines for all of the sports that I wager. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Don't forget to like and subscribe as always. Check out the website, mgcovers.com. Hope everybody has a profitable week, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.